Hello! Now it's time for a lot of fun for you because it's my first try to talk directly to you in English language. And my time in school is very, very far away. So I learned English just now anew by doing. And I was searching for someone who can make the translation for me, but it isn't so easy like that because for a person who has nothing to do with arts and paintings, it is very difficult to explain the things that I do. Yes, so my last decision was to try it by myself in broken English, and to give you a little reason for smiling. Yes, but I have no problems to smile about myself, and finally I think I make this video for you to help you in your own creativity, to show you some tips and tricks about painting or about my work, because there was so much or so many questions about my work. And perhaps we can make a little change, so I show you something about my work and you can perhaps help me to learn faster and better English through YouTube. Who knows? Yes, so excuse me for the mistakes that I will go make or I make. I don't know, but I think you know what I mean, and I hope that all is to understand. So let's start. One question is always what I have in my spray bottle. Just pure water. So water helps me to blend the colors, and so I have a little bit more time to work with them. I don't use any medium, really just that water in the bottle. But you must know also that I work very fast because I am not a very patient person, and I am very generous with my colors, and so if you have thick layers you have also a little bit more time to work with the color. Yes, and that is a step to learn to be generous with your materials. So you can see it in this video here every time that I make something like that. I wish to blend the color a little bit more. Another step is, or another important thing, are my paint brushes. I use very smooth paint brushes, you can see it here. I cannot live without them. I have them in different sizes, and they all are very smooth. And my paint brushes, in combination with the water and the thick layers of color, gives me the time to blend the colors, like here. Yes, and sometimes you see me doing this, and then this. I always change very fast the direction. The kind of move that you make with your paintbrush is important. Don't give too much pressure to your paintbrush. It is better to do something like that, like cleaning something from dust. Don't push too much, because then the traces from the paintbrush are to see. And if you don't want to get this, if you want to have a very smooth blending, then be careful and a little bit tender, I think. Then we have another video where I use a very liquid color. In this case, that isn't acrylic painting or paint. I use inks. You can see it here. Actually, more. Now I have the ink on my fingers. You get this kind of ink in different colors. Yes. I think you can get some in your country also. You must search a little bit. And if you see me doing something like here, it is always ink that I use. One question is also how I stick the papers in my work or on my canvas, like shown in this video. Or what is it? What kind of paper? I use normal photocopies. It is the right word, photocopies. I don't know, but I think you know what I mean. Don't use something from your ink printer because it must be waterproof. So you can take a copy or every paper that you want where you have perhaps painted something on it before. The paper must be wet and you must stick the paper on the canvas with some kind like varnish, whatever you have in from liquid checks, medium or a clear medium, yes, or a varnish, and stick them in the time where they are still wet, and then all would be very plain and looks good. One question is also every time which color I use or which brand and which quality of colors. So I must say that I use very, very different qualities of colors. A very cheap color and a very expensive color, a low quality and a high quality. I mix them all together and I use colors from different brands. Sorry. For example, every time that you see me doing something like here, I use a very cheap white or a very cheap black in a very liquid quality because so the color can fly because it's so liquid. If you use color in a too high quality, a color which is too thick, it cannot fly and it doesn't work like that. So it is important that you try different brands of color and different qualities also, depending the step that you want to make. And that's the reason that I cannot give you a very good information about the brands or the qualities, because the best thing is to try. Every time you go shopping your materials, try something new. Buy only one color that you don't knew before. Try it, and I do the same thing, and I mix all together. One question is also how I fix my canvas on the wall. So I have two wooden boards on my wall, and there are some nails, and so I can put the canvas and remove it like I wish to do. Yes, you can see it here. So I hope that you have some answer now, and if you have further questions, let me know it. And my studio renovation is still not done or finished, and so I have not so much time, but I think in the future I more time to show you more things and more videos for you. So, bye bye.